Welcome to the Rink Report, presented by Ohio Credit Union. I'm Dylan Tyrer here with you ahead of the second meeting of the season between the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings. The Blue Jackets are feeling good coming into this game against Detroit off a 4-1 victory in Winnipeg over the Jets Friday night. They got 37 saves from goaltender Jonas Korpisalo, 3 assists from star winger Johnny Gaudreau, and 2 goals from Patrik Laine, who made his return from injury in that game against the Jets. And for more on what went right in that victory, let's send it over to Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley.
Well, the Blue Jackets come in here tonight after a win in Winnipeg on Friday. And, Jody, they got some goal scoring. 2 goals from Patrik Laine, who got back into the lineup on Friday, and he looked seamless joining Johnny Gaudreau and Boone Jenner.
Yeah, you know, that top line back together, we haven't seen much of that this season, and we weren't sure what was going to happen. But the Blue Jackets needed their top line in Winnipeg to produce, and boy, did they ever. Patrik Laine, back in the city that drafted him with that organization, he put on a show and left a dent there. So good to see that. The Blue Jackets excited that the top line played well. They had a complete team effort. We've talked about that a number of times. They have to find that game, but without that line clicking and creating that chemistry, which they've got right away, it's good to see.
We have talked about the Blue Jackets keeping the goals against down in the last 4 games, and one of the big reasons for that is the play of goaltender Jonas Korpisalo.
Got to have a goalie, and Jonas Korpisalo has made the key save at the right time. You know, there was some big moments for the Winnipeg Jets where they tried to push. I thought the Blue Jackets limited them with the chances they gave them, but when required to make a save, Jonas Korpisalo, he just did that, and he looks like he's having a good time doing it. You know, he's put the work in. This guy missed so much last year, so many question marks coming in, but he's been a real solid netminder back there for him. Good to see him back in tonight, see if he can go on a run here. And, you know, when he plays, the team seems to be confident in front of him, and he's such an easygoing guy, as you know. So good to see him doing that, and for the Blue Jackets, that's a big boost.
They are confident in front of him, and he is confident in net. That's the way we see it. Dylan, back to you.
Now again, this is the second meeting of the season between the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings. They last faced off 3 weeks ago right here at Nationwide Arena, and Detroit won that game convincingly. And Blue Jackets head coach Brad Larson says the team has been playing much better ever since.
If there was, I'd record it and just keep doing it, right? You know, it's never usually one thing or, you know, some miraculous speech or you just never know. And even in some of these losses, you know, how we lost. Sometimes that you've heard me say it's important how you lose. In the Detroit game was a rough game where I don't think our puck management was very good. I think we dropped the ball in a lot of areas. But the 2 games after we lose, and then even the Vegas game, I thought again great minutes. And so you know you always got to be honest with your group. You always got to, you know, sometimes you win, and there's some real honesty in that too, where you weren't good enough. So. The video shows that we're doing a lot of good things. I think there's some things that we could build off, even off those losses. And that's really, there's no magic formula or magic meaning or any key words. I think consistency in those 4 games, even in the losses, has been much better.
Now, the Red Wings are struggling coming into this game against the Blue Jackets. They've lost 3 straight, including a 4-1 loss last night at home to the Vegas Golden Knights, so they're looking to get back into the win column here today against the Blue Jackets. Couple of players to watch for Detroit. Of course, their captain, Dylan Larkin. He leads the team across the board with 9 goals and 17 assists for 26 points this season. Behind him, Dominik Kubalik tied for the club lead with 9 goals, second on the team with 23 points. And how about defenseman Filip Hronek? He scored 2 goals against the Blue Jackets here at Nationwide Arena on November 19th. He leads Red Wings Blue Liners with 20 points this season, and those are just a few guys. There are a lot of different dynamic players on this Red Wings roster, so a lot to worry about for the Blue Jackets here tonight. The Michigan and Ohio rivalry certainly hot right now, on the top of people's minds, and we get another installment here tonight at Nationwide Arena. That'll do it for the Rink Report presented by Ohio Credit Union. For Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley, I'm Dylan Tyrer saying enjoy the game.